This story comes from the Philippines, where for generations people have whispered about a ghostly figure, known simply as the White Lady of Balete Drive. If you ask the locals in Quezon City, they'll tell you the same thing. On certain nights, along the quiet stretch of Balete Drive, you might see her, standing in the shadows, waiting. They describe her as a young woman dressed in a flowing white gown, her long black hair falling over her face. Her skin is pale, almost shining under the streetlights. And when she looks at you, her eyes seem full of sorrow. Some say she was a bride on her way to her wedding, but never made it, killed in a tragic accident. Others believe she was a victim of a terrible crime, left behind on that very road, her spirit unable to move on. Drivers tell the same chilling story. They're alone in their car late at night, when suddenly a woman in white appears in the rearview mirror, sitting silently in the back seat. When they turn around, she's gone, but the air is cold and the smell of flowers lingers, even though no flowers are there. Some believe she appears to warn people. Others fear she is looking for someone to take with her. Whatever the truth, the people of Quezon City avoid Balete Drive after dark. But there are always those who can't resist the temptation to see for themselves. And sometimes they don't come back. If you ever visit the Philippines and you find yourself driving down a lonely, tree-lined road at night, keep your eyes on the mirror, because here, legends don't just live in old stories, they walk beside you. This next story comes from Himeji, Japan, a city famous for its magnificent white castle, Himeji Castle. But behind the beauty of the castle's walls, there is a tale so haunting that even today, locals speak of it in hushed voices. They call it Okiku's Well. Many generations ago, during the 17th century, a young woman named Okiku worked as a maid for a powerful samurai family. She was known for her kindness, her honesty, and her beauty. One day, the lord of the castle entrusted her with guarding a set of 10 valuable gold plates, priceless treasures of the household. But one plate went missing. Whether it was truly lost, stolen, or hidden by someone to frame her, no one knows for sure. When the lord discovered the plate was gone, he flew into a rage. Okiku searched everywhere, counted and recounting the plates over and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 10th plate was never found. The Lord accused her of theft, a crime punishable by death. Some versions of the story say she was tortured. Others say she refused the Lord's advances and was falsely accused as revenge. But in every version, the ending is the same. She was thrown into the deep, dark well inside the castle grounds. It's said that her spirit never left. At night, people passing by the well hear the sound of a woman counting, slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then comes a long, chilling silence, followed by a heart-piercing scream. The locals believe that Okiku is still searching for the missing plate, her soul unable to rest until it is found. Even today, Himeji Castle's well, now called Okiku's Well, is a tourist attraction. Visitors peer into the darkness, half expecting to hear the faint sound of counting rising from the depths. Some say the water inside ripples for no reason. Others claim to have seen a pale hand reach up from the darkness, only to vanish when they blink. In Japan, the story has been told for centuries, through kabuki theatre, literature, and ghost festivals. But for the people of Himeji, it is more than just a story. It is a reminder that injustice leaves a mark not only on the living, but on the world of the dead. So if you ever stand by the stone edge of Okiku's well, and you hear someone softly counting, don't wait for her to reach 10, because the scream that comes next is meant for you. This story comes from the ancient city of Edinburgh, Scotland, a place of misty hills, cobblestone streets, and centuries-old secrets. At the heart of the city stands Edinburgh Castle, perched high upon Castle Rock, overlooking the city like a silent guardian. The castle has witnessed battles, sieges, and royal intrigues, but hidden deep beneath its stone walls lies a mystery that has never been solved. They call it the Ghost Piper. Long ago, a network of underground tunnels was discovered beneath the castle. No one knew exactly how far they stretched, but some believed they reached all the way to the Royal Mile, a historic street that winds down into the old town. The city leaders wanted to explore the tunnels, but they were dark, narrow, and dangerous. So they came up with an idea. They sent a young bagpiper into the tunnels. He was to walk through the passageways, playing his pipes, so that those above ground could follow his music and track his progress. At first, everything went as planned. The haunting sound of bagpipes echoed beneath the streets, growing fainter as he descended deeper into the earth. People followed the music along the Royal Mile, listening closely to mark the piper's location. But then, halfway down the mile, the music stopped. Just silence. The piper never emerged. A search party went into the tunnels, but they found nothing. No bagpipes, no footprints, no trace of the boy at all. Some say the tunnels collapsed and buried him forever. Others believe something else took him, something ancient that still dwells beneath the castle. From that day on, the tunnels were sealed. No one was allowed to enter again. But the story doesn't end there. On quiet nights, especially when the mist rolls in, visitors and guards have reported hearing the faint sound of bagpipes coming from beneath their feet. The melody drifts through the air, soft at first, then growing louder, before fading away into nothing. Some tourists claim to have seen a shadowy figure in traditional Scottish dress, carrying bagpipes, vanishing around corners where no one should be. The legend of the Ghost Piper has become part of Edinburgh's identity, a reminder that the city's history is not only in books and museums, but in the whispers and the music of the unseen. So if you ever walk the Royal Mile at night and you hear the lonely wail of bagpipes in the distance, remember the young piper and know that you may be hearing a song that has been playing for over 300 years. This story comes from the heart of Mexico, but its echoes can be heard throughout Latin America. It is the tale of La Llorona, the weeping woman, a legend whispered by mothers to warn their children, told around campfires, and feared by those who walk alone at night near rivers. They say she was once a woman of great beauty, living in a small village along the banks of a slow, winding river. Her name is lost to time, but her story has never been forgotten. She fell in love with a man of wealth and status, a man who promised her the world. Together, they had 2 children, and for a time, their life was perfect. But over the years, the man's heart grew cold, He began to stay away for long stretches, and when he returned, his eyes wandered to other women. One day, she saw him riding into town with another by his side. Something inside her broke. Her love turned to rage, and her rage turned to madness. In a moment of unthinkable despair, she led her children to the river's edge. Tears blurred her vision. The wind carried her cries. And then she did the unforgivable. The rushing waters swallowed them whole. When she realized what she had done, she screamed a cry so deep, so filled with pain, that it seemed to tear the very sky. She ran along the riverbank, searching, calling for her children, but they were gone. From that day, she was never seen alive again. Some say she drowned herself in the same river. Others say she simply vanished. But at night, when the moon is high and the waters are dark, people claim to see her. A tall woman in a flowing white dress, her hair tangled and wet, her eyes sunken with grief. She wanders the riverbanks and quiet streets, weeping, wailing, calling for her children. Mis hijos, mis hijos. My children, my children. Those who hear her cry are filled with dread. If her wail sounds close, you are safe. But if it sounds far away, it means she is right behind you. Parents tell their children, stay away from rivers at night, for La Llorona might mistake you for one of her lost children and take you with her into the water. The legend of La Llorona is more than just a ghost story. It is a warning, a reminder of the dangers that lurk in the night and of the sorrow that never fades. This story comes from the sands of the Arabian Gulf, a tale carried on the wind from Oman to the United Arab Emirates and told for generations in Bedouin tents and coastal towns. It is the legend of al-Duwais, a woman of impossible beauty and unimaginable danger. They say she appears on lonely desert roads or near the edges of palm-lined oases when the night is heavy and the moonlight is silver. Her black hair flows like a river over her shoulders. Her eyes glimmer with a strange light. Her scent is sweet, intoxicating, the kind that draws you closer without thinking why. Long ago, men who wandered alone would find her standing in the distance, dressed in flowing silks, her face veiled, but her smile inviting. She would speak softly, her voice like a song, offering water or asking for help. And when they stepped closer, they noticed something strange. Her hands, though delicate, were not quite right. Her fingers were long, too long, and her nails, sharp as blades. The stories say that al-Duwais is no ordinary woman. She is a jinnia, a female jinn, cursed to roam the earth, punishing men who betray their families or act with dishonor. She lures them with beauty, but once they are close enough, her face twists into something monstrous. Her laughter becomes a shriek. Her sweet scent turns to the stench of decay. And then she strikes. Some tales say she cuts them down with a golden sickle. Others claim she drains their lives simply by holding them in her gaze. Either way, none who meet her survive the night. To this day, older generations in Gulf villages warn young men, never travel alone at night, never follow a strange woman, no matter how beautiful she may seem. Because in the shimmer of the desert heat, and in the whisper of the palm trees, al-Duwais may still be waiting. Legends like these carry more than fear. They carry the weight of morality and the belief that unseen forces walk beside us. If you have a story you'd like to share, whether it's a local legend, a spine-chilling encounter, or a mysterious event from your region, send it to mrparablecontact@gmail.com. If you enjoyed this story and want more legends from around the world, leave a like, share this video, and make sure to subscribe so you won't miss what comes next. Until then, stay curious, stay watchful, and remember, some stories never die.